What's a man gotta do to get that kind of attention from you?
It's hard to say exactly, but you seem to be doing fine.
Well, great. Though truth is, it ain't me that wants you.
Oh?
No, Miss Jacqueline Natla does, from Natla Technologies. You know, creator of all things bright and beautiful.
Seal it, Larson.
Ma'am.
Feast your eyes on this, Lara. How does that make your wallet rumble?
I'm sorry. I only play for sport.
Then you'll like a big park. Peru, vast mountain ranges to cover, sheer walls of ice, rocky crags, savage winds, and there's this little trinket. An age-old artifact of mystical powers buried in the unfound tomb of Qualapec. That's my interest. You could leave tomorrow. Are you busy tomorrow?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a new playthrough. We're going to take a bit of a stroll down memory lane for this one. And as you can see, we're going to take on the original Tomb Raider from 1996. I was 2 years old when this came out. I don't know if that makes me feel really young or really old, but either way. We're going to pick this up just because I need to fill the gap between finishing The Last of Us 2 and the likes of Crash 4 and Cyberpunk coming out. So this isn't a hugely long game, and this is going to be a 100% run. We're going to get all of the secrets. I'm not 100% if all of the pickups contribute towards 100%, but I'm definitely going to be getting all the secrets and playing through the whole game. So I hope you enjoy this. We don't want to see a demo, thank you. We are going to jump into the first level. We're not going to bother doing the tutorial. I don't necessarily need a refresher on how to do things. So we're going to get straight into the first level, which is caves. So without too much further ado, here we go. Alright, so, man, that is some nostalgia right there, watching that back. We don't actually get a whole lot of exposition as to why we're here. Not that this game, like, prides itself on its plot or anything like that. This is definitely, like, a game that I played not for the story, but for the actual gameplay and the technical prowess needed to make some jumps and all that. You know, it's not an easy game. And it's actually aged surprisingly well, considering. Like, some games from its time really have not aged well. But this still plays quite well. So first things first, we're going to grab this first secret straight off the bat. It's not too hard to get. All we need to do is jump up here. We're going to start sliding down. And then we're going to grab the lip. And there is secret number 1 of the caves level. Now, this level itself, you know, it's the first level. It's not particularly difficult. Short of the tutorial level, you know, this is obviously going to be the simplest level in the game. So all the kind of direction we get as to why we're here is you were brought here. We brought a guide along to get us here. That's all we get. Mainly the enemies we're gonna find through this level are gonna be these wee bats. It's gonna be a couple of wolves, and there's a bear at one point as well. But to be fair, fighting the bear is kind of optional. But we'll come to that a little bit later. This is Secret 2. Now this is sneaky. This is very sneaky because a long time I played this game when I was young, I never knew about this. I found the first one and I found the third one, but I never found this one. Secret's up there. Now, how do you get there, you might ask? This is the question. So, you can't reach that. If we try going from this side, we still can't reach that. And this is where the tricky part comes in, because I would never have thought of this. Okay, so that's slightly raised. You jump, you feel like you should be able to reach that, but you can't. So what you're actually supposed to do, and this is like, I don't know how anybody would have figured this out. Instead of jumping and hitting the grab button, you're actually supposed to use the action button and up, and she will grab it. Now, I don't know who the hell thought that was a good idea, but that's how it's done. And that is like, I get secrets are supposed to be secret, but that's, even that's a stretch for me. But, however, secret found. 2 secrets like right at the start of the level, like, is also quite a sneaky thing to do. Like for new players, they wouldn't be thinking of looking for secrets this early in the level. And particularly like nowadays with the likes of, you know, you kind of go through areas and you're like, oh yeah, okay, so there's probably a secret in this area. I've already got a secret in this area, so the next one will be the next area. Like, they're right beside each other. Like, it's crazy. And they do that quite a lot. There's like 2 secrets on top of each other in some levels, and you know, it's clever. It's clever level design. I gotta give them credit for that. You know, to make things not as you would expect. But, you know, however. So, first switch. Not that it does much, just opens this door here. Some more bats to fight. Bats are very, very easy enemies. They die in like 1 hit. Now, this was always an interesting thing to me. This is an entirely unique, I don't even know if you call it a sprite, but this like gate, I've never seen this again in the game, which I always thought was interesting. I thought there might be a way to open it. That door at the end there is the end of the level. That's where we need to get to. Which is why I always thought you would have to open that. But you don't. You just go the long way. Simple as that. There's a particularly long way around to it. So we jump up here. And this is going to bring us around to a much bigger room. So here, we've got a couple of bridges, but what's more important to take care of first is going to be these wolves down here. So there's 2 of them. And we're gonna need, I'm gonna want to take them out both down. There we go. Now, because we will end up down there at some point. Just trying to think, is there any other collectibles that I might have ran past? I don't think so. Whoops. Ooh, no, a couple of side steps there. It can be a little bit, like, the controls can be a little bit finicky because it's kind of tank controls, but you get used to it pretty quickly. Now, one advantage that we have, I'm playing this on PC, The one huge advantage that we have is the fact that we can save anywhere. Like, we don't need save crystals, which are a feature of the PlayStation game, which is nice. So this is where we find our friend Big Bear. Big Bear. It looks like he's walking on his hind legs for some weird reason. I don't really know why. We got him? Yeah, we got him. Okay, so that's that job done. Now, there are two forms of jumps in this game. There are standing jumps and there are running jumps. And running jumps allow you to reach further. If we were to take this as a... I'll show you. So, running jump, we clear that, no problem. But, if we were to try to do this as a standing jump... You know, we only barely make it. So, just something to bear in mind. Now, seeing as that bear is dead, we are going to drop down here. I'm pretty sure there's nothing to pick up from him. But we're going to find the reason that I made a point of killing those wolves is because this wee passage here, and all this really gives us is a small med kit, which is just here. This drops us back out into this room. So we would be getting attacked by wolves if we hadn't taken them out earlier. So it's always it's always a good idea to take them out from above rather than, you know, try to take them on head on. Any chance you get to take something on like that, like it's much better to take them out from afar when they can't reach you. Just because, like, this game is not it's not very good at allowing you to dodge. Like, there's no way of avoiding damage in a lot of situations. So, you kind of need to... Oh, shit. I did not mean to do that. Looks like we're taking a long road again. It's a lot more... Like, you will go through a lot of medkits because you will guaranteed take damage. So it's much better to kind of strategically pick your fights and where you fight them from, as opposed to just taking things head on. Now there are a couple of situations where you will just have to, you know, fight things when they're on top of you, and like we're gonna see that pretty soon. But whenever you can, you know, it's a game that kind of, it is an action adventure game, I suppose, but it's definitely a better experience to try to do it as smartly as you can, to kind of plan out strategically where and what you want to fight. But then again, it's kind of hard to do if you don't know what's coming, which, you know, luckily I have played the shit out of this game and I know for the most part what's coming. So I do have a slight advantage in that regard. Ooh, let's not jump into pillars, please, Lara. Okay, so this next room is exactly what I mean in regards to sometimes you just have to fight things head on. We're going to get jumped by a couple of wolves, but they don't take too much of a hit, and we didn't take too much damage. I think most of that damage I've actually taken has been from the fall into the bear pit. Now, secret number 3 is right here. Which, to be fair, is kind of hidden if you're looking at it from particular perspectives. When you know it's there, it's not so bad. And we get a large med kit. Sorry, med pack. I think they're called in this game. Now, you might be wondering what's the difference between large and small. Obviously, large are going to give you a lot more health back than smalls. But the breakdown is a small med pack is half your health and a full med pack is your entire health bar. So, like, it kind of makes sense to save your large med packs for when you absolutely need them. And it's a really nice thing that, like, even if you're in the middle of combat, you can just use them. Like, it's not particularly much of a problem. Oh, damn. I was so sure I'd make that jump. Oh well. It's not particularly much of an issue to make it into there anyway, so. Yeah, I think we got some more... Yeah, we got some more dart traps here, but that's fine. A wee little skip and a jump, and you kind of get away with that. Now, Wolfie. Yeah, they like to throw enemies at you from blind spots. It's not exactly nice of them, but they do like to do that. Now, before I drop down here, I don't think there's anything in this room I need to get. Oh, I actually probably could jump back up in hindsight. Now, I don't think there's anything behind here. But one thing to note is there's that wooden gate that I was talking about earlier. And here is the door to the exit. Now, why don't you go to the door, I might hear you asking. Well, it's not open. And I know that might sound obvious, but we have seen doors that kind of automatically open when you go near them, but that is not the case. We need to open that door. Again, not too difficult a challenge to do. Just involves a wee bit of fighting and a wee bit of jumping. Come on. Alright, job done. And around here, we have our switch. Alright, let's go. Now, you could go the whole way around and take the slide down, but it's a much easier thing just to slide down here. It doesn't take any damage, and it's much faster than going the whole way around. So there you have it. Level 1, finito. And there you go, 14 kills, 6 pickups, 3 out of 3 secrets. Now, I don't know if 16 were all, or 6 were all of the pickups. I'm fairly sure that's all of them. But I've no way of checking that. I just know that that's all the secrets, so I'm taking that as 100%. So, with level 1 down, thanks for watching, guys. I'm probably going to do a level per part, so if anybody needs to kind of jump to a level for wanting to figure out where things are, it should be fairly easy to navigate through the playlist. But thanks for watching, and I hope this has been helpful and enjoyable. Until next time, guys, take care.